If you like stuff like planner pads, notepads, keychains, stickers, bookmarks, and art prints, my shop is the perfect place to get any of that. If you use the code YouTubeSpring, you will get a 5% discount. Link is in the description box below. Alright, let's get on with the video. Hi everyone! You guys may know that I'm a big fan of the Ohuhu products, and I've been testing out quite a few of their different alcohol marker sets and products during the past 5 years, but what I haven't tried yet are their paint markers, and these are actually quite new. They were only released a little while ago, and if you would like to check out these yourself, I will have a link in the description box below. And I might want to add that it is an affiliate link, but as usual I will still share my own and honest opinion about these, so yeah, let's check them out. So we got the box, obviously a cardboard box, and to me this is very late 90s, early 2000, kind of makes me a little nostalgic. This is a set of 30 colors, and it seems like we got just regular colors, few metallic colors, and also neon. We got a little FAQ booklet, how to use them in different languages, and basically it is just how to activate them when they're new and how to get more paint out to the nib. Also we got some spare nibs. We got the thicker felt nibs and also some smaller plastic ones, because these are actually double-ended. One bigger nib and one smaller one for more details. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that I've never seen that in a paint marker before, so that is quite nifty, having two nibs in one. The only thing that I think could be a downside to that is maybe the pen will run out of paint more quickly since you're using them twice as much, maybe. Anyway, I'm very curious to see what these looks like, so I'm just gonna start by activating all the markers before doing the final swatching, because they're all brand new, so I need to pump out the paint to the nib. So basically what you have to do to activate them is to shake them to mix the paint inside the pen, and then you just push down the nib a few times to make the paint flow out, as you can see here. Then I do the same with a smaller nib. This may take some time, so I'm just gonna do that, and then we'll jump into the final swatching, and then I'm gonna try to make some art with these. Alright, so my first impression and spontaneous reaction to these paint markers is not bad. They look bright and vibrant, and they feel smooth to draw with, and I just love the finer tip. It will be super useful for finer details and line work maybe. Besides the metallic colors, I'm not exactly sure what finish the paint is supposed to have. Some of them look very nice and matte, which I love. Some of them have a more semi-shiny look. Also, some colors look more watery and translucent, while some of them look more opaque. I don't know if the paint hasn't been mixed properly in the pen before I used them, even though I shook them all very thoroughly. I did do a small layering test. The regular colors have some mixed results. Some of them look very nice and opaque, but I don't know what happened to that red color. The metallics though look great, but the neon colors look super sad. Unfortunately, not opaque at all. I don't know if it has something to do with the formula of the paint. Anyway, the best way to try them out is to use them, so let's do that. What? Who is this little sleepy kitty? I just stepped away for a little bit, and here he is. We have multiple cat beds, but apparently a piece of paper is the best thing to sleep on. So I will start by testing out the regular colors first. I found this chipboard. I haven't tried it, but I've heard that it should be good with paint pens since it is more durable, so I thought anyway. And people pointed out that there were no cats in my previous video, so therefore I'm starting by drawing a kitty with a few tulips. Straight away I'm noticing that the pens are eating through the surface of the chipboard, which is just what paint pens do, but I thought the chipboard would be a little more durable than that, so I have to be more light-handed, a little more gentle, and maybe these pens are more wet wet than other paint markers, I don't know, but paint markers in general tend to be pretty rough to draw with on any paper-like surfaces. So as I discovered when doing the swatches, some of the colors appear to be more opaque or more translucent than others, and again, I don't know if it has something to do with the formula of the paint or if I need to shake them even more than I did. So some of the colors needed a second layer to make it more opaque and even, which was a little tricky since the first layer made the surface a little crumbly. The light green that I used for some of the leaves was very watery, so it ended up looking more like a water-based marker than a paint marker. You can see how it makes the chipboard looking all wet. Also, I should mention that I am no expert at all at using paint markers, so if some of the colors are ending up looking a little streaky or uneven, it might actually be my fault for not having the best technique. What I do love about these paint markers though is the fine tip. I would get these paint markers for the fine tip alone. They were great to draw with, they didn't clog, and they made smooth and even lines. And I like having two in one. Usually when getting Posca pens, for example, you have to get different pens with different nib sizes, which isn't cheap since Posca pens are fairly expensive, which is another thing that makes this set great. 30 pens for $27, which makes them less than $1 each. A Posca pen with the same nib size are usually around $3 to $5 each. A set of 8 Posca pens are the same price as this Ohuhu paint marker set. Also with this set you get a decent variety of colors, some darker tones, some lighter tones, some metallic colors, some neon. So if you are on a budget, this is a great option. I think it is a good starter set. Anyway, here we have it. So now let's try the metallic paint pens, and metallic always looks great on dark surfaces, so I'm using a black canvas board, and Phoenix is also looking great on a black background. The sparkly metallic colors inspired me to do something a little more magical, like this floating hand holding a crystal. If you are working with paint markers, canvas is really the best thing to use in my opinion, or wooden boards, that is also great. Anything really with a surface that can't be turned into crumbs like paper or in this case chipboard. It was very satisfying working on this piece. The colors really stands out on this black background, they really pop. I noticed that they looked very nice and shiny on paper, but the black canvas brought out the shimmer even more. And I used the white pen to outline the hand, and it turned out to be more opaque than I first thought. It covered up the black really well actually, and I would have loved testing out all the regular colors on a black canvas too, but there simply wasn't enough time for that. Maybe another time. But I ended up only using the fine nibs for this one, but I kind of like the sketchy look that it gives. But yeah, they look opaque, vibrant and sparkly. I like them. Then for the final piece, I will be testing out the neon colors, and this turned out to be a really quick one because honestly, I was struggling to even look at these colors. It is like staring into the sun. They are so bright. This time I used a Bristol board that actually came in a scrawler box along with other neon paint pens. So I have tried this paper with neon paint markers before. So as I mentioned before, the neon colors seem to be more translucent than the other colors, a little more watery and diluted. And even if Bristol board is very sturdy and I have had it working with markers before, the markers started to eat through the paper pretty quickly. I would have done a second coat to make the colors more opaque, but I didn't want to risk destroying the paper. I did layer some neon red on top of the pink on the mushroom mushroom caps, but it made the paper look really wet and the paint bled through to the backside of the paper. And yeah, it might be the paper's fault, but the paints are really watery. I am not a fan of these neon colors, to be honest. They might look great as a detail in a regular painting, but alone they are hard to look at and also a bit tricky to work with. I am not a fan of the watery consistency. I would have actually preferred more regular colors, some more pastel tones maybe, instead of these ones, but that is just my opinion. I used a dark purple pen to tie it all together with some line work. It adds a bit of contrast and makes the drawing a little easier to look at. So there we have them. Again, I loved the metallic paints and also the regular colors were overall great too. For the price, I think they are definitely affordable. I have tested paint markers in about the same price range and they were not nearly as good as these ones. And the fine tip is what raised the score for me personally. They are great for line work and details. I just love them. It is a good mix of colors too. Some lighter tones, some darker tones, even some pastel colors. They are double-ended, which makes them versatile and also unique, and we even got some spare pen nibs. Overall, I like them and I can recommend them. So yeah, that is my little review of the Ohuhu paint markers. Thanks Ohuhu for sending me these, and thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you next time. Keep drawing my happy cats. Bye!